Thank you, Sean. Thank you, coaches. Coaches, different sports, but one goal, well, two goals, really. It's to win a national championship. And you just heard the rowing coach talk about educating student athletes, and that's a big part of it as well. And we're joined now by one of those student athletes. In fact, his student athlete, one of his student athletes, Stevie Chuck. Thank you for being here. He's a rower.
Thank you for having me.
If you couldn't tell, you can't tell how tall he is sitting here, but he looks like a rower. We appreciate you being here. Talk a little about your experience as a student athlete at Syracuse.
Yeah, I think being at Syracuse has been one of the biggest privileges of my life. It's a place with such a long history. This is the 150th year of rowing here. We started in 1874 with the program, and it's so important to recognize that history. Every single time we're out on the water, we're wearing the Block S for 150 years worth of rowers. And my journey here to be able to represent the Orange, to be out there on the water every day with some of my closest friends, some lifelong friends, it's beyond special.
Being able to be here and have the coaches, pour so much into you guys. I know as a former student athlete, that's something that's important to me. How has that experience at Syracuse been for you?
It's extremely important. I feel like anything I have in my life, athletically, academically, socially, and mentally, honestly, the coaches are there for me. The coaches are a support for me. And what they do day in and day out is the reason why I've become the man I am today and the member of the Syracuse community that I am.
We hear about it in so many different aspects of the Syracuse experience, but it's the interaction with alumni. And I'm sure as a rower, you have plenty of interactions with those who came before you. You talk about that 150 years of history.
Yeah, the alumni are the real backbone of our program. Every single boat that we're out there is from a generous gift from an alumni or a friend of a program. We're always meeting them at races. They're coming to our practices. One of them was out there on the water with us at 6 a.m. today. So meeting those alumni, hearing their stories, the way that they were contributing to the program and the way they continue to contribute to the program, that's the culture that us, both rowing teams, have really kind of embodied and have surrounded themselves around, and the alumni are the middle of that.
With everything changing in sports, having alumni, having coaches that support you in the NIL space, what is Giving Day and just people being able to pour into maybe the rowing team or even just athletics as a whole, what do you think that can do for Syracuse?
It's extremely important. Specifically for rowing, I mean, every single thing we use on a daily basis, the boats, the boathouse, the oars, the clothes that we're able to wear when we're out there, the traveling that we do to go and compete against these top schools, it's all alumni funded. It's huge that Giving Day gives us an opportunity to get these funds and to continue what we've been doing for 150 years. But athletics as a whole, I mean, we're on a totally new era of Syracuse athletics.
Yes,
and it's really fun to be a part of. It's an honor for me to be considered a student athlete here. I love it. And just watching as a fan, as a Syracuse student, every single gift that goes into the competitive excellence that is Syracuse athletics, it's a real privilege just to be a part of, and then to continue rowing with it, it's even more special.
One of the things that we see consistently on Syracuse Giving Day is the rowing alumni continuing to support that program. You guys are always at or near the top of our list of donors. They're passionate, and they know the impact it has as well. I want to ask you, what's next? What after Syracuse? What are your plans?
Well, my parents would love to know that as well.
They asked me to ask you, so yeah.
Definitely up in the air, but I think the most important part is wherever I'm able to end up, wherever jobs take me, friendships take me, wherever in the country or the world something takes me. I think what I've learned at Syracuse, those messages of hard work, of dedication, and being a part of something bigger than just yourself, that's the culture that my coach, Coach Reichman, has been able to instill in us. It's the example set by alumni, especially on Giving Day with their generous gifts. It's that real passion that you have for Syracuse and for the Orange. It's going to take me pretty far, I'm sure of it.
What's that going to look like for you to be able to leave and, be able to be a part of this soon and give back and just come able to support? Like you said, the guy was there this morning, at practice with you guys. Will that be you, in the years to come?
Oh, yeah. Coach is going to be sick of seeing me at the practice. I'm definitely going to be coming to watch. Yeah, I think, I was able to give back to a class fund and be able to donate to my head coaching fund this year. It kind of plants the seeds. It's something that's going to be very important to me. Coach always says you don't just contribute to this team in the 4 years you're rowing here. You continue to contribute for the rest of your life, and Giving Day is one of the prime examples of that. So it's definitely something that's on my radar, something I want to continue to focus on as I become an alumni and go out into the real world.
Well, he's absolutely right, because Syracuse University is not just a 4-year thing. It is a lifetime. You are forever orange. Stevie, Chuck, thanks for being with us on Giving Day.
Thank you very much for having me.
Really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Stevie.